Good day and welcome back to Happy Place Cooking. Today I'm going to try something again that I've never done before. I do love to try new things if you haven't noticed that. Today I'm going to make a vegan gluten-free brownie. I don't personally have any issues, or Jesse either for that matter. I do have issues with some eggs, but not usually, or it doesn't seem like any time that they're baked in something. But my daughter has been gluten-free for a while because she does have celiacs. And then here recently, she unfortunately found out that she is also allergic to egg whites, milk, and nuts, peanuts specifically, I believe. So we're gonna go visit her, and I wanted to take something with me, and unfortunately a lot of the cake mixes that are like gluten-free, I had a gluten-free brownie mix and I thought, hey, maybe that'll be, nah, it contains milk and eggs. So I decided I'm gonna make one from scratch. Let's see how it turns out. Hopefully it turns out well. We will find out together. I have got my oven preheated at 350. This is not going to be a huge batch of brownies, from what I can tell with what ingredients that I am using. So my first step is to put in a half cup of olive oil. I am not even going to be using the mixer today. I'm just going to do this in the bowl. Then I need to add 2 teaspoons of vanilla. I'm going to add 3/4 cup of granulated sugar. You can use different sugars. You can use sugar substitutes or whatever you want to use in this. A half a cup of brown sugar. And I'm going to mix all that up. Now, this recipe does call for 3 large eggs because this is a gluten-free, dairy-free recipe, but I am using Just egg, which is a plant-based egg, and I have found that I really like this. I use it to make scrambled eggs because with my egg issue, I cannot eat like scrambled eggs. I can't eat eggs fried on a sandwich or anything like that. I can only eat them if they're actually baked in something. But she can't have them at all baked in something or not, so I'm using the Just to make these brownies, and they are just a 1-to-1 substitute. 3 tablespoons of Just is equal to 1 large egg, and this recipe calls for 3 large eggs, so I am putting in 9 tablespoons of Just. And I'm going to go ahead and mix that around. Okay, now I'm going to add in a half a cup of cocoa powder. This is a Hershey Special Dark cocoa powder. Some cocoa powders do contain traces of milk, I believe is what my other one says. So I had to use this one. It's alright, it'll give it a richer, dark chocolate flavor. And then the last step is to add a half cup of gluten-free flour. Now, if you don't need the gluten-free, you can easily just use all-purpose flour. Okay, I'm gonna get my pan. I did put, as you can see, some parchment paper. So I'm going to go ahead and pour this all in here. It's very thick and dark, but it is supposed to be fudge brownies, so you can also add some chocolate chips. I am going to put this in the oven for approximately 25 to 30 minutes. I'll keep an eye on it, and then when it's all done, I'll bring you back and let you see. Well, this is pretty much a fail. Look at that. It just looks like hot fudge. That's not a brownie. That is not a brownie. That is very disappointing. You know, I had a feeling when I was putting the recipe together that it didn't call for enough flour, and I think that's probably the problem. So if you find this recipe on the internet, my suggestion is do not use it. I don't understand all the comments on the recipe that said, oh, this is great. Yeah, I went back and made sure that I used the correct ingredients and amounts of ingredients, and I did, so I don't know. I don't have a ton of experience using gluten-free products or the Just Egg or any other kind of egg substitute, but I really don't feel like that was the issue. I think it was not enough flour. It's just runny. So what I did, I took the literally runny brownies because they were not cooked like at all except for right around the very edges, and I just poured it back into a bowl. I mixed up about another half cup of gluten-free flour with a little bit of water, kind of made sort of a little bit of a paste sort of consistency, and I mixed that in and I put it back in the oven and I baked it for actually another 25 minutes. At least it looks like we actually have a little bit of a brownie consistency. It's still kind of gooey, but it doesn't seem runny. So I'm hoping that they may set up okay, and I don't know. I'll find out. If they work, I'll give you an update and let you know that they worked okay. If I don't come back and update this, then that means it didn't work and I gave up. Thanks for watching and happy eating.